afternoon. Thanks a lot for joining us on Newsnight. Now, I must say that it's one thing to be an anchor and talk about this, but the fact of the matter is there's a lion on the loose, and it's been on the loose for a month now. Where's the lion?
The good news is that we've actually tracked the spoor. So we were, as of an hour ago, we still have sight of the spoor, which is a very good thing. The other piece of good news is that it's in extremely rugged terrain. The nearest tracking has been 25 kilometres northwest of the town of Sutherland in the Northern Cape. Okay. We've got a team of about 30 rangers from 4 different parks. We've got Beaufort West Protea Coin, who was so kind as to give us their chopper. We've got the Sand Parks chopper. We've got SAPs, local farmers, local municipalities, everything except the kitchen sink, and we're working vigilantly. I think our rangers really have to be given kudos here. They're working from 5 o'clock to 11 o'clock at night in heat, wind, rain.
Well, just to
cold.
be specific, this is the type of terrain. I just want us to turn and look at the screen so that our viewers
exactly.
can see. This is the terrain that you're actually working with when it comes to tracking the lion. So when we're talking about the 25 kilometres outside of the nearest town in Sutherland, we're talking about having to cross this. But at the same time as this, unfortunately, lions do not just stay still. They walk around, they get curious, as any sort of wild animal does, and there is no confirm. You cannot sit here and confirm that actually will not go into a nearby town.
You know, I think that's a valid concern for citizens, and this is why we want to keep on top of this animal as fast as we can. But remember, the reason why the lion has left the park in the first place is because he's been chased out probably by other lions. He's just looking for other lions. He wants to start his own family.
So he's looking for other lions, and I'm not scaring viewers. The fact of the matter is he's looking for other lions. He's not exactly accustomed to town life, right? Ultimately, it's a wild animal that's on the loose, that's been on the loose for a month. No matter how much you try to track, there's a lot of terrain to get to cover. And this lion is not necessarily, you know, able to determine, hey, these are people, I may be hungry, but let me not eat them. Or, hey, these are people, let me not scare them because of there is no kind of differentiation. So how far are we in terms of being able to bog down? And only just because 24 kilometres, we might look at it as far, right? But for an animal that is walking consistently, maybe not so much.
It makes a lot of ground. We were very close. It was close to a town, and then it moved in the opposite direction. There's no saying which way the animal will go. And rightfully so. This is why we have trained rangers. We're doing all sorts of things. We're putting out female calls. We're putting out cub calls, because these are the sounds that will attract him. It's not necessarily people. He will go first and foremost for, you know, wild animals that are out there, etc. Humans would obviously be the last resort, and that's something that we definitely don't want. But this is why we've put all our efforts towards finding this lion, and we believe we were close as of an hour ago.
Okay, so you're close as of an hour ago. It's been a month since...
I would pray that come a week, we'd say that we've darted the lion and taken him back to the park. We're also looking at the possibility of the lion going back into the park of his own accord, which has happened with other animals. Animals get out. We know about it.
So
citizens don't know about it.
You're hoping that the lion at this point is using cat instincts, right, or feline instincts in terms of, I get out, I do my own thing, and then I come back home again?
I don't think whether coming back home is a cat instinct. He just wants to create his own home and his own pride. That's the instinct of the cat. This is why we've got to use what nature calls for, the calls of other females, the calls of cubs, lion droppings, for example.
It's a very expensive exercise, because, I mean, this lion has been on the loose for a month, right? And you're mentioning some of those individuals and institutions that have come in and contributed certain intelligentsia to allow you to make way within your effort. But surely it's starting to become an expensive exercise.
Well, we build this into our budget on a yearly basis, because we manage 19 different national parks, and in any given time this is happening. When you have humans on the periphery or fences, animals will do what they do: dig underground, look for other sources of food, look for other sources to mate. So we have built this thing into the budget. We've got the likes of Beaufort West Protea Coin coming to the party, which has been absolutely fantastic. Yes, there are costs incurred, but this comes with the lay of the land when you're running national parks.
Yeah, I mean, it comes with the territory, but on the other side of it, not taking away from the expenses, is just looking at how perhaps it's to consolidate all the efforts, number one, but also making sure that, you know, people are still are able to remain calm at this stage.
And we urge you to remain calm. You know, this is why we work with local emergency crews, local municipalities, the South African police services, so that wherever it is, we're always having a very concerted effort in towards something that goes on like this.
Is this the first time that a lion, specifically lions now,
yes,
or that a lion specifically is missing for this period of time?
In my time at Sandparks, I haven't seen a lion, and that's going on 2 years now. So for me, personally, it's been the longest that it's been. I don't know in terms of the history of national parks, and I mean Karoo National Park is over 100 and something years old, but it happens all the time. We have wild animals of all species, elephant, they all leave the park and go back into the park, sometimes undetected because they dig under the fence, but we patrol parks on a daily basis. So fence are patrolled constantly by the rangers on a daily basis. If there's a hole found, we cover it up. If there's tracks, we find the animal and we bring it back into the park very quietly and with no fanfare.
Well, I can definitely safely say that after this interview, you've got your work cut out for you.
Yes, we do, and we're busy. Trust me. Yes.
Jeanine, thanks a lot for joining us
Thank you.
This evening, shedding some light in terms of that lion that is still on the loose. A month later, now the head of communications at Sandparks, Jeanine Ruftopoulos, giving us the latest on that. Now,